Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to another video, and this will be the last video for Dark Souls altogether. This is the end. This is Prepare to Cry series from our good pal VaatiVidya, and yeah, we covered quite a few of these in the lore for the bosses, so I'm interested to see what is different in these videos, if there's differences at all. But we got some nice ones lined up. We got Henri, we got Grey Rat, we got Patches. Should be interesting. Hawkwood the Deserter, which I didn't really know much about in the game itself. He like dueled me for the right to be a dragon, which I thought was interesting. I also found this one, the Slave Knight and the Painter, which I really do hope covers everything we want to know about Gale and why he got there, how he got there. Some of you fine folks have commented on the video on kind of how he got there. Basically, we fast forwarded time and he went the long way, which if true is going to be an awesome video. So let's just go through this entire list, shall we? And start with Henri and Horace.
But my duty must be done, even alone.
By the way, I got a massive hot chocolate.
Henri and Horace, two of the only children to have ever escaped the clutches of Aldrich, the Man-Eater. Now,
This is so good. Oh my god. Holy. Man, you can't be homemade. Alright, sorry.
undead and unkindled, they stride willingly back into his grasp.
Oh, hello. How do you do? I am Henri of Astora, unkindled like you.
Man, she sounds so sweet.
Are you too in search of the Lords of Cinder? We seek the cathedral, home of the grim Aldrich. We may go our separate ways now.
Oh, that's right. That when we fight the deacons, that's his coffin. I don't know why that just popped in my head right now.
But we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. Oh yes, Horace. He's not very talkative. But don't think
No,
of
sir.
him. He's an upstanding, kind-hearted knight.
That face.
A fine partner for this grueling journey.
Ow!
Stop this!
What?
On hollow, have you?
Oh no.
Then I shall put you to rest. Horace,
What?
join me.
Why is this relevant to the story of these two? Why are you killing them?
And may the flames watch over us.
Oh god, what are you doing?
Oh, Horace, why?
Oh no!
Don't leave me.
Oh no!
Not you. Not like the others.
Oh no!
Oh, Horace. Horace. Everyone, forgive me. I was weak on my own.
Oh. Why?
From this, we learn of Henri's fear. Fear that those by her side will die. You can imagine this fear would have been born from her childhood in the cathedral, as the children alongside her were sacrificed. So if Horace lives, then he remains a source of strength to her for a little longer. Henri's Blue Sentinel.
Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago.
At the end of the Road of Sacrifices sits the Cathedral of the Deep, and deep within the cathedral is the monumental coffin of Aldrich, the Man-Eater.
A right and proper cleric.
I think I said this in the lore of the bosses video. I really should have looked up when I was in this room. Look at this place. It's like a giant coliseum with chains all dangling down. So cool.
Only he developed a habit of devouring men.
Oh,
He
McDonald.
ate so many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep.
Back then, the Cathedral of the Deep was a holy place, full of God-fearing deacons devoted to the Way of White and to the linking of the fire. And it was imperative that the fire be linked, for that's the way it's always been. At the end of every cycle, a powerful being must be sacrificed to keep the flame lit.
Yes.
The cathedral, a place of sacrifice, may well have been designed for this. So it came to be that a saint named Aldrich was sacrificed.
And they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might. Such as a lord, I suppose.
God, the voice acting's so good in this game. They did such a good job.
The fire doesn't care if you've consumed men, women, children. If that's made you more powerful, then all the better. So Aldrich, this terrible, gluttonous saint, must have been powerful indeed. The deacons tended to the flame, and slowly they were corrupted by the evil they were tending to.
I just realized he's got like... Why am I pointing again? I did this in the last episode. What's his? He's got like the Nito-looking cowl going on here. I wonder what the deal is with that. Plus their eyelashes look like that.
Eventually, of course, even this fire faded. The world...
There's that stupid shelf, the Miyazaki shelf that you guys went on about, where those candles are made from his toe wax. Disgusting. You guys are disgusting.
darkened. But this time, no one stepped forward to link the fire, so the world continued to darken, till the fire link bell tolled. Lords of old rose from their graves, Aldrich among them, brought back to link the fire again. These lords came back clinging to life, and they were loath to let it go, so they refused to sit their thrones once more. And with this refusal came the unkindled, ashen undead, each tied to a lord. Sigurd to Yorm, the giant's friend, Hawkwood to the legion he abandoned, and Anri to
Who's
Aldrich,
Hawkwood?
Whose clutches she escaped as a child. After her and Horace escaped the Cathedral of the Deep, they went on to do great things. Anri found herself drawn to the land of Astora, as it was being destroyed by the spirit of the Evil Eye. With
Evil
nothing
Eye?
but a dull blade and luck, she defeated the creature.
Oh.
Horace killed a corrupt executioner.
Well, is there anything about an evil eye that we get to see? She gives the player the ring of the evil eye. Oh, is that the origin of the ring? I don't know. Huh. I wonder if the evil eye thing came from, like the ring came from that story.
He stripped the executioner of his armor and gave it a new legacy. He would become a blue sentinel, protecting the weak from Rosaria's fingers, these red phantoms who take the tongues of those they kill in battle.
Pale tongue?
I'd say that explains the voice. And death
Oh.
could not keep either of
Oh, that's dark.
With Horace undead and Anri unkindled, they rejoin forces and fight their way back into this horrific home they left as children, to fight a familiar evil that rises again. And, alas, Anri and Horace find themselves staring into an empty coffin.
Yep. But a
I'm
doll.
well pleased to see you safe. We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me.
Wherever you go, the moon still sets in Irithyll. Wherever you may be, Irithyll is your home.
A pilgrim told
Such a
me
beautiful
that the
place.
city lies beyond Farron Keep,
Yeah.
and so becomes our destination.
Oh, that stupid ball. Got wrecked.
Oh, hello. How very fortunate. Have you seen my companion, Horace?
Oh no, this whole
To
story.
my shame, I was snared by a trap and we've become separated. I've not been able to find him since.
If you tell Anri where he is, then Anri will go to find him, full of fear that she might have to confront Aldrich, this childhood horror, alone. But a hollow remembers no one. So it is
So we could have found him and just kind of left and told her. So,
better that she go on alone.
Oh, Horace.
Is that the Lothric Knight Greatsword he's wielding right there? With the Abyss Watcher's cape?
Where have you run off to?
Looks like it.
Have you abandoned me? No.
He's holding a dagger too, so I'm guessing not.
What a horrible thought.
We find Anri next in the Church of Yorshka. She's alone, she's tired. You can see this in her stance. She's losing faith, and she's so close to Aldrich, who hides behind the pontiff, who called him home.
Oh, I thought it might be you. Good to see you.
Oh.
I never managed to find Horace. But my duty must be done, even alone, as an unkindled Lord Seeker. For the children I knew, bless their souls. We all have our reasons, don't we?
Unkindled are born from the ash of undead who tried to link the fire in a past age. Unkindled can go hollow too, just as Horus did, reverting to that hollow state, devoid of a soul. Even lords can go hollow, but it is men who are branded with the dark sign that leaks their humanity, their soul, from them. Here, if you do nothing, then Henri will go hollow. But what if there is more to the dark sign, to hollowing?
We pilgrims of Londor are keenly aware
Yol! It is Yol. This is the Hollow Lord questline starting here.
that those branded by the dark sign possess something quite special.
A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep.
And
Knowest thou of a maid named Anri?
she's being baited.
She is hollow, and will join thee in wedlock.
So,
A fellow of mine guides her at this moment. When the time is ripe, thou mayst make thy salutations.
what? How'd she go hollow then? Like, she was still after Aldrich, so she still had purpose. Did they subdue her and stripped her of purpose and made her go hollow, and that's how she was dead when we came upon her?
For what lord taketh no spouse?
To become a Lord of Hollows
Yeah,
is to
like-
embrace the curse that mankind was given. You make it your strength, not your weakness. You embrace a new identity. But you must take the sigils of others in the name of that goal.
Why do we have to stab
And
them in
as
the
you
head?
wrest the flame from its mantle, Henri kneels in the background, her purpose forgotten,
She is in the background.
in exchange for yours. Would you abandon your humanity for this?
I think you guys were all worried I'd do that. Because every time I went to go talk to that pilgrim, I would bonk it and get very close to killing it every time.
You are brave indeed, to face your duty alone. I would do well to learn from you. May the flames guide your way.
But neither of you are alone. Together you kill the pontiff, and together you face Aldrich.
She could help us with Aldrich? Well, that makes sense.
I thought it might be you.
She must have been hollow by that point. I must have married her before I went against Aldrich. Huh.
Then I'm afraid, Horace. No. This only bolsters my resolve. Please, lend me your strength. Help me vanquish Aldrich, the man-eating fiend. Yes. We did it.
Oh.
I owe this to you. Thank you, truly. Horace, we've done it. We really have.
Knowst thou the name Anri of Astora? The brave girl left this as thanks. Now, heed this little warning from this little lord. Seek not the girl. She knoweth her fate, what will become of her upon her duty's end. She would not wish thee follow her.
Her duty fulfilled, Henri will hollow in one of two places. If you told her where Horus hollowed, but killed him to protect her, then Henri places one last prism stone and hollows alongside her companion.
Okay, I'm guessing this happens if you don't marry her. Because we shoved a giant avowal sword in her face. There ain't no way she's gonna be leaving prism stones anywhere after that.
Her duty fulfilled. If Henri never found Horus, then she hollows in front of these tiny graves, maybe built for Horus, or for the children they once knew. So, How will your story end?
No. It really is never a happy ending, is it? Like, she got her happy ending, so to speak, by killing Aldrich, but then she just goes hollow because of no more purpose. This game is breaks you down mentally. Breaks you down. All right.
In Souls,
Grey
we
Rat.
talk a lot about disparity, about what lies between light and dark, life and death, heat and cold. And today, we discuss two different absolutes. We discuss what lies between those with power and those without. And in this case, what lies between them is a wall. A stone wall that appeared quite suddenly, cementing this divide between hollows and the nobles who control them. And mind you, wall or not, there has always been a divide. In the days of Lordran, humanity was a rising force, and as a result, they were feared, imprisoned, and shepherded. They were taught to fear the undead rising in their ranks. In Drangleic, the undead were subjugated once more, of course, but they were also experimented upon, and all the while they were expected to sacrifice themselves, as Gwyn once did, to keep those royals in power.
Yep. This is why every time I played these games, I tried to stop it. I ain't no sheep. I ain't no NPC.
And now, in Lothric, the Unkindled, born of the ash of these unending sacrifices, journeys through a small town of suffering undead. It was here where a thief once fancied himself a martyr for the poor.
He was Robin Hood. Our boy Grey Rat was Robin Hood. That's amazing.
It was the state of this town that drove Grey Rat to climb the wall.
Grey Rat the Thief was once a well-known name.
It's good to hear his voice again.
Until I ended up rotting in a cell.
The head covering he wears was once used to cover the heads of the lesser folk, people who were set to work as slaves throughout Lothric, but occasionally it was used to shame and humiliate criminals. We have reason to believe that Grey Rat was indeed a slave to the kingdom once, for he knows the castle grounds well. But here in Lower Lothric, Grey Rat is caught and imprisoned for the very first time.
You're no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you must be some of that unkindled ash.
His voice is so cool. It's so fitting of his character too. I said this from the moment I met him. The voice actor was like perfectly cast for this guy.
Remarkable. If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town. Not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. Please, give her this ring. I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind. I may be a petty thief, but I've more wits than most royalty. What do you say then, huh? Very well. I humbly place my faith in you. I am Grey Rat of the Undead Settlement, and I promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part, and I'll do mine.
We can't know who Loretta was. We don't know why her corpse clutches a bone, nor do we know what Grey Rat's relationship to her was.
Or why she was strung up like this. It's so messed up.
The one detail we do know is that the little rare ring he gives us to give to her is a tear stone, which has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death, protecting its wearer in their final moments. So, whoever she was to him, it seems he cared for her and sensed her death was close.
Heavens, she was already dead. Thank you. I'm not surprised, though. Almost a relief, really.
Hiding his pain.
You can keep the ring.
Oh, he was sitting on a stool. I thought he was just squatting down like Patches. But no, he's squatting on a... Look, he's on a stool. I didn't notice that. I know that seems like a weird detail to point out, but it's just how... I don't know.
As... well... a little trinket of thanks, I suppose.
He breaks his composure when you appear back, and from then on dedicates himself fully to your cause.
Ah, there you are. I was thinking. You know I'm a petty thief. Well, perhaps I'll go on the prowl. Everyone's dead or hollowed away anyway, right? So I might as well fetch some weapons or treasure for you. Well, what do you say? Thank you. You will not be disappointed. I will leave for some time. So long for now. Do stay safe, you hear? Or my efforts will have been for naught.
Don't take Grey Rat's robbery of the undead settlement lightly. It was his home. It was the poor there who inspired him to climb the wall and risk his life, and it was a settlement where he cared deeply for someone. His thievery of the settlement is kind of an admission that everyone there no longer matters to him. You do. And so, emboldened by his new purpose, he asks to put himself in harm's way once again.
I feel like it's a bit of closure for him too, wouldn't you say? Like everything's gone, there's nothing left for him there, so as a means of closure, he offers to pillage it for anything of value for us. I'd say it's closure. Good way for him to move on and continue serving us.
Oh, hello. Fine work, I say. Discovering Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, all in a day's work. If the tales are true, it is home to old moon-worshipping nobles, and should be packed with treasure. What do you think? Shall I go and see what I can find? A fine choice. I am Grey Rat the Thief. What I bring back will be worthy of that name.
That name is also known by others.
Yeah.
I see you've met Grey Rat. The slinking rodent. But he did me a good turn back in Lothric Dungeon. Doubtless I should do something about that little dead. Well, maybe not. Well, I can hardly believe he's still standing.
This is Patches, the hyena, the spider,
We know who Patches is. We don't need another introduction.
the unbreakable. By now we have a pretty good grasp of his character, and it's this same character who, for the first time, expresses a genuine concern about the well-being of another.
Hey, what happened to Grey Rat anyhow? I haven't seen him at all lately. Well, if you know where he scurried off to, be sure to tell me. But I need to stock up, and if he's gone and croaked, he'll have left a gold mine.
His stupid squat.
Right. Yes, I see how it is. Some things can't be divulged. Even between friends.
What?
It comes with the territory, I know.
Wait, if you run into the city without killing that thing, and you end up down there, you know, as you do, that thing can jump down onto you? I don't know what's worse. The spider thingies or that? Jumping down at you. That'd be terrifying.
But if you happen to recall any details, do be a saint. Do it for old Patch's Boutique of Wonders at least, eh?
If Patches is still alive to tell you this, then it means you've forgiven him for a great deal of things. You've forgiven him for impersonating the Onion Knight, for locking you in a tower. He's tried to kill you twice now, probably.
Vaati. He's tried many more times than twice. I've lost count.
And it's understandable, right, that you wouldn't want to tell him where your friend has gone. However, Grey Rat can be saved by the very thief you tried to protect him from.
Oh.
Well, happen to recall anything important? about where that old rat scurried off to. What? Gone all the way to Irithyll, has he? There can't be much left of that frozen sprawl. Oh, the old rat. He's gone off the deep end this time.
Was Grey Rat truly saved by Sigurd here? It's possible. Or rather, was he saved by an impersonator who was protecting their reputation?
No, he actually sounded concerned there, but no. There's no way. When Patches had Onion Bro's armor, Onion Bro was naked, trapped in a well. How he got there and how that situation occurred, we don't know. Probably Patches bamboozling him. But upon finding Sigurd and Patches in the cathedral, we take all the armor from Patches. And then we find Sigurd again later with the armor on. So no, at this point in the game, Patches does not possess his armor. So I don't know why Vaati thinks that is a possibility. But we do come across Sigurd in the kitchen sleeping, so like maybe he's in such a deep sleep that Patches takes the armor off. To what end? To maintain a reputation of being an asshole and not caring for anyone? I don't know. I don't buy that one.
Oh, then we're both safe and sound. Thank the gods for that. I don't like getting things so close.
That would have been
died if it wasn't for that peculiar onion night.
Oh, we missed all this.
And it all paid off. Take a good look. They're sure to be of some use.
Scales? Is that where you got that?
I was thinking about leaving for another round of thieves.
What's going on with that tower right there? What's going on here? Why does it look like that? That's odd, isn't it? Did it look like that in the game when we played?
There must be something of use in Lothric Castle.
Yeah, it's still like it right there.
Of the danger. That castle is a death trap. Not a single man has returned from the castle unscathed, even back in the day. But I don't want to sit around and die a petty rat. And I consider myself your friend.
This is where he actually dies.
Off to Lothric, the castle of no return. That old thief's lost it if he thinks he has a chance in there. But it's not like he's new to this game. What's got into him?
I think he wants to die.
His debt repaid, even Patches wouldn't risk Lothric for a friend. But Grey Rat will. He risks it for us. Self-sacrifice is in his character, after all. But I don't think we're the only reason he goes. Think back to when he hid his grief over Loretta, to how he's so absorbed that he doesn't even notice you. Immediately after this, he dives into danger on your behalf, his sorrow, apparently, forgotten. Don't you think that's strange? I don't think his sorrow is forgotten at all.
Yeah.
I lived a petty rat, but would rather not die as one.
Grey Rat, the thief. A petty rat looking for an honorable escape.
Aww. That's so sad. Aww. So, yeah. He got his honorable death with us too then. It just happened a bit earlier than when it should have. Damn, this game is, damn. Now, we got a really good deep look into the Nameless King. Do we need to watch this one? I'm going to watch the other ones first. If the Nameless King one doesn't show up in this video, I watched through it and decided it was the same video as the lower video. So let's move on to one we haven't. Let's do Patches, then Hawkwood, Grand Betrayal.
Damn. Stop it. I'm unbreakable. Unbreakable.
Patches, the hyena, the spider, the trustworthy, the unbreakable. The fact he makes it to the end of the world, never truly hollowing, is nothing short of incredible. For we've come across countless undead who lost their humanity in pursuit of a purpose, yet long after they're gone, Patches remains. Any undead who makes it to the end of the world...
Yeah, because his purpose was swindling everyone. And there's always someone to swindle, so he's always got purpose.
...is certainly worthy of a second glance. For surely, Patches isn't as straightforward as he seems, though you'd be forgiven for thinking otherwise.
There's a fine stash of treasure right down that hole. I'll strip your corpse clean! Wait now. You didn't actually fall down then. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm not above it all, I swear. We're on the same side. I'm Trusty Patches, the one and only.
Patches is clearly in love with tricking everyone for profit, but for a man who allegedly reviles the greed of men and claims to be devoid of all worldly wants, is the profit truly what drives him in this endless task? I think his greed is a front, a facade designed to hide his true purpose, which is to punish the greed and the want of others.
Every age, it seems, is tainted by the greed of men. Rubbish to one such as I, devoid of all worldly wants.
Time and time again, we're lured by our greed, eventually finding a somewhat loyal friend in Patches after our punishment is delivered. But across all these worlds, there is one man that Patches truly befriends, and this friendship gives us a rare insight into what he values.
Grey Rat?
This friendship is with Grey Rat.
Ah, I see you've met Grey Rat. The slinking rodent. But he did me a good turn back in Lothric Dungeon. Doubtless I should do something about that little dead. Well, maybe not. Well, I can hardly believe he's still standing.
Grey Rat the Thief once fancied himself a martyr for the poor, the Soul's version of Robin Hood, if you like. It was his concern for others.
I said that earlier. I said that. We're on the same page. Fatty and I.
That led him to climb the Great Wall to Lothric, where he freed Patches from the Lothric dungeon before being locked away in a cell of his own, awaiting your rescue.
I don't want to sit around and die a petty rat. And I consider myself your friend.
Indebted to you, and with all those he loves dead, Grey Rat dedicates himself fully to your cause, even embarking upon suicidal thieving runs through the most dangerous territories. It's these actions that lead Patches to his uncharacteristic concern.
Hey, what happened to Grey Rat anyhow? I haven't seen him at all lately. If you know where he scurried off to, be sure and tell me. But I need to stock up, and if he's gone and croaked, he'll have left a gold mine. What? Gone all the way to Mirithil, has he? There can't be much left of that frozen sprawl. The old rat.
Can we do a bit of a dive on why he squats like this? Look at it. Look at the spread. It can't be comfortable. It just can't be. Why does he sit like that? It's weird.
He's gone off the deep end this time.
He makes an effort to hide his affection for this man, though his actions betray that he cares. For, dressed once again in the armor of the Onion Knight, to hide his identity, it's Patches, not Sigurd, that actually rescues Grey Rat.
There's absolutely no evidence to suggest that this is the case. I don't know why this is what Vaati thinks is going on.
In Irithil.
I might have died if it wasn't for that peculiar Onion Knight.
So of all the men to save, why Grey Rat? Well, Grey Rat is much like Patches. You can see what they have in common. They're both petty thieves, yet Grey Rat is one who acts without concern for himself. He doesn't steal out of greed, so Patches respects him.
Off to Lothric, the castle of no return. That old thief's lost it if he thinks he has a chance in there. It's not like he's new to this game. What's got into him?
Yet Patches also does outlive him. The curse of life is the curse of want, after all, and if we view greed as the reason that many hollow and die, then it makes sense that Patches is the one perfectly suited to resist the curse, by resisting want and greed entirely, for he thrives upon punishing others for their greed. So, with no want, and grounded by his desire to punish others for their want, and trick them and trap them, Patches makes it to the end of the world. But slowly, the world is ending, and soon there's no one left to lure into his traps. There's no one else to trick with their own greed. So it seems that Patches too wavers in his duty, for here, at world's end, even he loses himself, which gives us a glimpse at the good heart that he used to have before the world made him what he was.
I'm hollow. Yes, I try to play it off, but I haven't a clue about my past, who I was, or what I lived for. Not even my own blessed name. You remember that treasure? Well, I fetched it for you. Here, go ahead.
Wait,
It's yours.
you can get the treasure
Maybe
for
it'll
you?
help you with that solemn duty of yours. I'm off in search of the purging monument. Once I find it, everything will come back to me. Who I was, what I lived for, what my name was, and what terrible grudges I held. I don't know. I just have this feeling that that's the kind of man I was.
The purging monument has the power to purge the undead curse and restore one's humanity. Ironically, only by displaying humanity can it be found.
What did I come here in search of? Damn. Stop it. I'm unbreakable. Unbreakable. Ah, please, someone tell me. Who am I? Why am I here?
With your help, Lap can find the purging monument, and surely Lap is to be trusted.
Are you certain of that? No. Sorry, I know you'd never lie to me. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I swear upon my birth name that I am your friend. No matter what might come out, no matter what I was, if you would do me the honor, allow me to be a true friend. Always.
At first glance, what's to come simply seems like more of the same from Lap, from Patches.
Finally, you've come. Now I know exactly who I was. And for that, I've a little thanks to be giving. Go this way and peep past the broken staircase. Some awfully fine treasures just sitting there all alone. It'll change your life.
This swift kick down a hole fills you with frustration,
It does.
till you realize that it's actually kicked you where you want to go, to the ledge that leads out of this graveyard, a setback that allows you to move forward.
Every age, it seems, is tainted by the greed of men. Rubbish to one such as I, devoid of all worldly wants. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way we are. I'll stick you in my prayers.
Thank you.
A fine dark soul to you.
For the first time, Patches helps you on your quest in a perfectly fitting way. He sets you on the path to the Church of Filianor, where he assists you one last time in your quest to weaken the Lord's grip on the ringed city.
I didn't know you could get him to help. That would have been cool. Because that boss was kind of a nothing boss, right? I don't think anyone would have cared if I summoned him here. It would have been a nice little last hurrah.
He did always despise clerics, charlatans he calls them, and it's fitting beyond words that Patches would play a part in undoing the greatest lie of all, undoing the greed of the gods that's rooted in faith, in Filianor, and in fire. Here you both stand, at the end of the world, undead, unbroken, yet we two could not be more
Stupid
different.
squad.
Patches fought for no one but himself, for no cause other than to scoff at the greed of men.
Did I miss dialogue here? I didn't realize he could just be here. That sucks. Hopefully he shows us the dialogue.
But you, he's seen your kind time and time and time again, and he outlived you all.
Yep.
Those who lost everything and grasped for the faintest glimmer of hope. Kind-hearted fools, doomed by the very light that guides them. He's seen men throw away their lives for the truth, for to an undead life is meaningless. Patches probably figures, why seek the truth when greater men have tried and gone mad as a result? Even with the truth in tow, there is no fate for us other than the loss of self. Because even if you're selfless, you can't save everyone. No. No matter how hard you tried, in the end you couldn't save a single soul. And the more you try to help, the more you fight against evil, the more you will lose. For you're doomed to lose those closest to you. Family, friends. Some may even turn against you. For even with your boundless compassion, no one can foretell the consequences of your good intentions. All of this, it's just want and greed, in some shape or another, a desire to look back at something that made your life worthwhile. Whether it's a thirst for knowledge, a desperate faith, some petty revenge. It's taken some crestfallen men eons to find something worth fighting for, and even then, they're fated
What? You can find him up here?
to lose it all. For even the gods are in despair, the lords shy from their duty, and the last fire is fading. But something sets you two apart, and maybe the one thing that you both have in common is that you never looked back.
Not once.
Another thing I've never looked back from is switching from Skype.
Okay, Vaati. What? Just a little sponsor at the end? Is that what that is?
Chance to invade me in Dark Souls 3, and if you
Oh, it did a little PvP event. Look at that. Alright. Alright. Well, I guess that's an interesting segue right there, because we ended looking at Hawkwood, so let's check out Hawkwood the Deserter.
When a dead man rises, how does he come to bear with his unnatural existence? For every story deserves an ending, and without one, what is there to treasure? So, he looks for purpose in his undeath, a notoriously difficult task, but
even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems.
first, he joins a legion, united in their resolve, a pack of wolves, sworn to do battle with the dark wherever it arises. The same dark, they say, that is responsible for the curse of the undead, battling against horrors and monsters like heroes past, battling themselves, for that is where the true corruption lies. Until one day, the man turns coat and leaves, unable to bear the burden. For even in undeath, Hawkwood feared his mortality. He clutched a shield close to his chest, unlike his brothers and sisters who fought with a blade designed to catch and deflect mortal strikes. Hawkwood, the craven, the crestfallen. However,
Wait, oh my god, he's the guy that was sitting in Firelink at the beginning? I'm an idiot. He's the one that was all down in the dumps the whole time. Oh my god, okay.
by nature of definition, it is the coward who is capable of the highest heroism, for his obstacles are the greatest of all.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate?
He believed that he could still be a hero, a champion to banish the dark with the light of the first flame, someone worthy of a throne, a place in this world that is engraved with his name, Hawkwood, an undead worthy of fire. But again, he failed. A nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so he becomes ash. When a dead man rises, he becomes his failure, forced to know that his best was not nearly enough.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends, with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think?
Each of them, a man who actually became a fire-linking king.
Not for virtue, but for might. Such as a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, do we have a sodding chance?
How could Ashen failures possibly hope to convince 4 lords to listen to them? Well, if the lords will not return to their thrones themselves,
We'll force
let
them.
them return as cinders.
Yeah.
You oft the Lords of Cinder, the undead legion. So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
It finally hit him, the absurdity of it all.
The poor wretched souls. Be they lord or legend, the curse shows no mercy. What a sham.
And if kings could not escape their fate, well then they were no lesser than he. So what did he have to fear? Nothing.
I'm a deserter, I know. but I've still plenty of fight in me.
First, he followed the wolf. Then, he was scarred by fire. Finally, he finds the courage to pursue another calling.
Yeah.
The calling of those who seek to exist outside of the cycle.
Wants to be a dragon.
To be alive is to be vulnerable, and even the fiery gods are no exception to that rule. No, the apostles of the dragon seek another plane of existence, one which transcends life, and we possess one of their relics.
Yes.
Oh, you've returned. I was hoping to see you. That crestfallen ass Hawkwood, he handed me this.
I still hear it. He calls him an asshole.
He's changed a great deal since he left this place. Graven of face, he asked me to give it ye.
It was a challenge. This time, he fights for something else completely.
For all the
without a
marbles.
shield, to protect his own self.
Ah, there you are. Well, I've decided to stop running from my fate. Loathe me all you like. I shall take what makes you dragon. This shall be no petty theft. As the true dragon, I shall take what is rightfully mine. I should have known. Enough, you fool!
That's pretty a medal right there. Rise again.
Oh, be as bloody mad as you like. Trapped within your wretched cast.
Oh.
You are a dragon. More dragon than I. Deserter could hope for no better place to die.
His name was Hawkwood, the last remaining warrior of the Undead Legion. This video is sponsored by...
Damn, dude. What a legendary ending that was. Damn, Vaati does such a good job with these videos. It's crazy. Right. The Grand Betrayal.
Firelink Shrine is a rather terrible place when you think about it.
Yeah?
Sure, the Firekeeper will always be there for you, but what about when you're not there for her? She's disposable, forgotten, just like Champion Gundyr who's stranded in another dimension, or like the Handmaiden, chained to this fate for what must feel like an eternity.
Remember well, I am undead. Bound forever by the shrine's curse.
As the fire is linked over and over, kingdoms change, and so too does the shrine. In this world, as we know, the shrine is a literal graveyard of ash, quite befitting of an exhausted world. Though one constant through it all is the suffering of the Firekeepers. These women aren't as selfless as you might think. No, they're prisoners, just like you. And they fight for the linking of the fire, for with the linking of the fire comes rest.
Finally, the curse of the undead will be lifted, and I can die human.
Long have I awaited one such as you, one who can set me free.
I thought the first one never talked. Didn't she have her tongue ripped out or something? It was a while ago when I played the first one, but I don't remember her talking.
Ashen One, link the fire. For the Lords of Cinder, for the Ashen Prisoners, for all those held to preserve the fire. Link the first flame.
Though as we've come to learn, this rest is temporary, and the curse never was lifted. And yet, the legend of the linking of the fire continues to infect the minds of many. Undead are shepherded towards the first flame, and the kingdoms of the gods are always designed to enable their sacrifice in some way. Have you ever noticed that the incinerating kiln is never too far from the kingdom of men? Firelink Shrine is a crumbled peak of New Londo. The Throne of Want sits below Drangleic Castle, and in Lothric, hidden behind the King's Garden, along a trail of ash and untended graves, is the current iteration of Firelink Shrine, and what must be the 1000th Firekeeper, capable of sending us forward to be face to face with Cinder itself.
Surrender your fires to the true heir. Let him grant death to the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
Those that fail to become Cinder are cremated all the same, their ashes scattered in the untended graves by the soul of Cinder. Those that succeed become lords of Cinder, but it says a lot about the future that they fight for if our lords have refused to fight for it a second time. And so, the grand betrayal was conceived. This betrayal of the flame was not a novel concept by any means, but perhaps it was still a necessary one, considering it led to the link of fire being threatened and the bell tolling for the unkindled. According to his cinders, the Prince Lothric was destined to be a Lord of Cinder and was cherished by the royal family, though, ironically, he was born ill, shriveled and frail, unable even to wield the platinum sword that was his birthright. Conversely, Lothric's older brother, Lorien, was a great champion of the realm. While his younger brother's sword would never be wielded, his was scorched black by the flame of the demon prince, which he had slain single-handedly. The great tragedy that's referenced so often in their lore is surely that while Prince Lothric was chosen to be a Lord of Cinder, Prince Lorien was the one suited for it. And so, Lorien must have had a great love for his brother, for he embraced Lothric's curse, merging their two souls. Tragically, this left Lorien mute and crippled, yet it is said that Lorien indeed wished it so all the same. There's this great mention of the grief of the twin princes, for once they came together, they rejected everything that had made this sacrifice necessary. So instead of linking the flame, they settled in their throne room and simply watched the fire fade from a distance, and with their strength combined, fought off any who would seek their cinders.
Yeah. Hold on. Maya, come here. Come here. I know. It's about time for your dinner. Why are you breathing heavy?
God are they who take the throne. I shall not stand among them. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing. Mark my words, Ashen One. You remain among the accursed.
If we were to join them in their rest, this is the fate that the princes would have us live, a darkened shrine. Most likely their shrine is hidden behind the chambers of the consumed king. And items tell us that if a place is devoid of light, so too will it be devoid of time. Perhaps this explains away the terrible convolution within this place, justifying how those in the future shrine can be pulled to this realm like the Swordmaster, justifying how we physically walk here from present-day Lothric and accounting for the dead Firekeeper who is from the past and tucked away. But of all the things here, from past, present, or future, she is the most consequential, for she is the one that's holding the eyes that enable a Firekeeper to betray the flame.
Ah, found her, did we? And the black eyes that shimmer within, I see. 'Tis as if it were but yesterday. We did all we could to spare her from them. Much has happened since. Mayhap I should apprise thee of what the thin light of these eyes might reveal to the eyeless Firekeeper. Scenes of betrayal, things never intended for her ken, visions of this age's end.
The eyes are said to have belonged to the first Firekeeper, and of all the would-be Lords of Cinder, it makes the most sense for Prince Lothric to have had access to such an heirloom. He is, after all, the descendant of old royalty, inheritor of the throne, and it seems that he and Lorien coaxed their Firekeeper to stifle the flame back in their age, much like we can with the eyes in our possession. Now ask yourself, how does Ludleth know about any of this?
Yeah.
Ludleth refers to the eyes and the woman they're planted upon in the past tense. It follows that somehow he linked the flame after the princes refused to.
Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charred corpse. This sad cadaver.
There's something wrong in this dialogue. Listen to how guilty and how defensive he sounds. A true Lord of Cinder would have no need to constantly reaffirm his or her legitimacy. And we get closer to the truth on this by listening to him as he sleeps, as he dreams about the nightmarish rite of linking the fire.
Ah, it cincheth to the bone. It hurts. Please, help me. Be done with me. No, God, no. I cannot bear it. It burns. Help me.
I don't remember hearing this.
I am a lord. A wee flame, belike. But I shoulder the world. Forgive me. I am not to blame. I'm not.
From his half-burnt corpse to the guilt that we hear, it seems most likely that Ludleth partially linked the flame. Perhaps it's because of him that there's a light in this world at all, that the bell was able to toll for help. Truly though, this story is one that I can't possibly claim to have all the answers to. For example, was it possible for weak little Ludleth to link the fire because the twin princes had already defeated the Soul of Cinder? If Ludleth could link it, why couldn't Champion Gundyr? Who was the first firekeeper? Why are there black knights here? And why is this place still so dangerous to our unkindled? Perhaps this place was laid with defenders for a reason? For of all the shrines, this one seems the most geared towards stopping anyone who would dare rise and somehow link the fire. It's difficult and perhaps pointless to come through here. Champion Gundyr did arrive, only to find the coiled sword of the shrine broken in advance and the firekeeper gone. Grave wardens patrol the graves, are devoted to hemorrhaging any reanimating corpses, and the only firekeeper that patrols the grounds is a scholar. The daughter of Crystal is drawn to any embers that would walk through this shrine. And of all the things that don't make sense in this story, it does make a lot of sense that there would be a scholar here. For the first of the scholars, as you may recall, is said to have doubted the linking of the fire, and was also a private mentor to the royal prince. At the highest peaks of Lothric Castle are the Grand Archives, home to the scholars. They're the faction with a close relationship to the previous King Osiris, who went mad studying their store of knowledge, and this close relationship between the crown and the scholars has clearly carried over to the new, young prince, Lothric. But who was the first scholar? There are many candidates, but many have theorized that it was Uldir.
Yeah.
And while all the evidence behind it being Uldir is circumstantial, the rise of the Unkindled is certainly something Uldir would have fought for. A destiny beyond the scope of light, beyond the reach of dark, a painted world inhabited by ash, a future born of this world but free of its curses. In no small way, the princes are responsible for the rise of ash, an unintended consequence of their grand betrayal. Think you can kill me in PvP?
Oh.
Well, this is your chance. In exactly 2 weeks, on the 23rd of September at 7 p.m. PDT.
I love that Vaati just, at the end of a sick video, just drops a challenge. Goes and does a deep lore dive and goes, hey, by the way, do you think you can fuck with me? No. Come get it. See what you're about. Well, folks, that's the end of this video. And yes, I did find that the other Prepare to Cry videos were a little redundant. Hold on, we got one more to do, actually. So we'll finish off this video with the Slave Knight and the Painter. I think this one's going to be something I need for closure, because I'm not too sure on how Gale managed all of what he did.
There are fascinating questions in this video. For example, is Gale kneeling to the statue behind the altar? Who is his merciful goddess of the forlorn? And what is the white-haired woman's dark soul of man? Let's see. The painted world has always been a safe haven. In the Age of the Gods, it was the work of the painter Ariamus, hung in Anor Londo, and home to beings like Priscilla, whose abilities the gods feared. At some point, though, we know that this painting fell, for Father Ariandel restored the painted world, and the cycle of paintings began anew. Of course, there could have been many paintings and painters in between these two worlds of Ariamis and Ariandel.
Real quick, my bad. I totally didn't know you could get on top of that little Colosseum tower. There was like an invasion that goes on there. Totally missed that.
Because the residents of this painting clearly understand that eventually their world must burn, lest their painting stagnate and rot. That's a line.
Vaati, could you please go ahead and tell us why they got poop hanging out of them? Why they got poop hanging out of them, Vaati? Why?
Line of thought that only really comes about if they've had generations go through this. And yet, Ariandel decided to eschew tradition. He embraced rot, buried the flame, and decided instead to satiate the flame with his blood. And so the next painter had to be tucked away in the depths of the painting, never to paint the next world, never to see flame. Tasked with concealing this secret child of the painting is Wilhelm, loyal knight of Frida, who is the tyrant of Ariandel.
I've seen your kind, time and time again.
I have to know who the voice actor is for that guy, because it does sound like that actor that I mentioned before. Do we know who that is? That voice does not match the face. He's done World of Warcraft. That's cool. Yeah. It's not the guy we think it is.
Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you'll bring upon yourself.
Frida was the first Ash to enter the painting, yet instead of seeking flame, she embraced the rot along with the good father, and she entrusted Wilhelm with the key to this library. And within this place are what seem to be secrets of the painting. As a tyrant, as Frida, you want to hide history, you want to hide origins, and I think this place, this library, is where a lot of that is hidden. Perhaps these books hold the histories of the world. Maybe the destroyed statues hide an important identity, and certainly, Wilhelm guards the white-haired child, who is the key to the future of the next world.
Forgive me,
nice
my
hit.
lady. I swore an oath, but I have failed you. Lady Elfrida.
The white-haired woman shares no name, so we call her Aria, in keeping with the tradition of painters named this way.
I believe I feel the scent of ash upon thee. Thou art the one of whom Uncle Gale spoke, the one to show me flame. 'Tis good. I'll head off to paint. I promised Uncle Gale I would.
Uncle Gale. The Japanese text actually confirms that she doesn't mean uncle in the literal sense.
I was about to say.
Rather, she means uncle in the familiar old man sense. This is important because the parentage of Arya is something worth going into a bit later. But for now, let's tackle Gale's curiosities, and he has a ton of them. Gale was once a slave knight, which was a warrior used as fodder in the bleakest of battles. And perhaps he still is one, because that same description mentions that slave knights were never relieved from duty, despite their twisted bones and blackened skin. And bizarrely, we never actually get a clue as to what a slave knight's duty could be, nor what entity they were beholden to for this duty, as it's called. Additionally, slave knights were clearly downtrodden, yet they were given lavish red armaments, its fine craftsmanship a symbol of honor. So I think all of this serves to make us feel like Gale is from a long-lost time and one of the oldest undead in the series. And this is a thought that's reinforced by the miracle that he alone wields. The Way of White Corona is a lost Way of White miracle, a white discus which slices through foes and is so shit that it's no wonder people forgot about it.
Excuse me, did you say it's so shit?
Slices through foes and is so shit that it's no...
He does say it's so shit. Vaati, language!
No wonder people forgot about it. Long ago, when the imprints left by the gods...
Hold up, did people comment? That seems like such a weird take. And it's so shit that... Well, I was not expecting that. It's funny to hear him say it because he sounds so serious. Like, all the comments are about that one line. Yeah, I was just not expecting it in the slightest.
Still deep, miracles of the Way of White existed alongside aureoles. These were the white discs that existed in Dark Souls 1 at the Age of the Gods that appeared in other people's worlds whenever you cast a miracle. The description goes on to say, those who yearned for the long-lost aureoles fully believed that they would return one day. You find this Way of White miracle in the Corvian settlement in front of their church altar. And this is an altar that looks stunningly similar to one on the outside in the Cathedral of the Deep, which was a...
Look at Gale all face down, ass up. He's all caked up, face down, ass up. Why? Why of all poses?
Church of the Way of White. And it's this same place where Gale, the ancient, duty-bound knight, says his next curious line of dialogue.
Merciful goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own, please bear witness to our resolve. Fire for Ariandel. Fire for Ariandel. And the ash to kindle flame.
So who is this merciful goddess? This mother of the forlorn, who Gale still believes is watching over them? Perhaps she's the clue to understanding Gale's motivations? I'll list 3 strong candidates, so let me know which one you think is correct. First, Kaitha, the goddess of tears. I came across this suggestion in the comments of a missing dialogue video, and I love the theory. It drew my attention to the fact that Gale may well be kneeling to the figure behind the altar in the cleansing chapel, which is a statue that's repeated all throughout the Cathedral of the Deep. The woman is clutching her face, almost as if weeping. And this ties in nicely with Kaitha, who is the goddess of tears, and who is mentioned in the blue and red tearstone rings as a mourner of loved ones and of the undeserving dead. We don't know too much about her motivations as a goddess, but we know that she was famously worshipped by Morn and his archbishop, both of whom hail from Karim. And that's pretty much everything we know. But additionally, as Stella Elite points out in the comments, the cathedral is a former Way of White church, and the Way of White now has a home in Karim. And Gale is related to the Way of White, so you can see the connections here. But the real question is, can she classify as a merciful goddess, as a mother of the forlorn? Well, followers of Kaitha, they provide comfort to the suffering, and a goddess of tears certainly qualifies her to be a merciful mother of the forlorn, don't you think? But the links do stop there, and we've never really had a clue as to Kaitha's motivations, and she certainly doesn't have a relationship with anything in the painted world. So our second candidate, Velka, goddess of sin, does have a connection. Instead of a claim through the Way of White, Velka instead is more directly related to the painted world. For example, in Dark Souls 1, there was a Black Pardoner set that was found within, and the crows were originally envisioned as servants of Velka in the design works, though it is possible that that part of their design has changed. But at any rate, Velka certainly has a relationship with the Sable Church, and it makes a degree of sense for Velka to be invested in the opposite of what Frida wants, since Frida was a member of the Sable Church who abandoned the church. There are also destroyed female statues that have loose-fitting robes and one hand outheld, which is quite similar to the statue of Velka.
The ones in the painted world.
So does Velka fit as a merciful goddess, as a mother of the forlorn? I think you could see her that way. Absolving sin is a mercy, and she has a statue for just that tucked away in the undead settlement, for absolving sin. Can you go so far as to call her a mother of the forlorn? That's more of a stretch, but we really know so little about Velka that you can't rule it out. As for the last candidate, Priscilla, she's certainly not quite classified as a goddess, but she's very much a mother figure and is based in the first painted world. As such, she likely wouldn't tie in with Gale's hollow slave duties, but at the very least, we should discuss Priscilla's relationship with the child Arya. Most notably, Arya's scaled skin and her red slitted eyes, like Priscilla's green ones. And this quote:
Those who aren't kin to fire cannot paint a world. Those absorbed by fire must not paint a world. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten, Mother.
Admittedly, there have certainly been a lot of paintings between this one and Ariamis, so like so many other things in this video, it's up to you to decide if we can even guess at Arya's parentage or the identity of the so-called merciful goddess, Mother of the Forlorn. So what do you think?
My thanks, Ashen One. I can almost see the flame. Soon, Uncle Gale will bring me the pigment. I wonder if he has found it. The dark soul of man.
The most curious and tantalizing quote at the end of the DLC. I feel like it's only fitting that we end the video in the same way. Similar to how man can usurp the first flame, Arya is also looking to paint the dark soul of man upon her canvas as the pigment, though she doesn't have it just yet. Gale is out there searching for it. Maybe it's the final piece of his duty. But where does he intend on finding this? What shape does the dark soul of man take? Is it as little as a simple humanity fragment, or as large as a soul of man akin to the soul of Cinder? As usual, we're left with more questions than answers, and at the end of the DLC, no less. And From aren't exactly known for making sequential DLCs, since you can purchase these separately, so I have a feeling we're going to be left to figure this out for quite a while to come. So what will the final DLC hold?
Okay, so this still doesn't answer my questions, and it's because this was made before the Ring City one came out. He does have a part 1 and 2 for the Ringed, but it's another half an hour. And I want to know if there's like a thing about Gale in it, and because I don't need to know about all the Ring City stuff. I just want to know about Gale and why he decides to do what he does.
The Pygmy Lords are being devoured alive by Gale, the final antagonist of the Dark Souls series.
Let's see if this explains anything.
I see a lot of people complaining that for a final boss, we don't hear a single word about this character until the DLC of Dark Souls 3. But then, is that really so strange? As we mentioned before, Gale is much like us. He's a simple undead, characterized by an uncrushable resolve.
Hand it over, that thing, your dark soul, for my lady's painting.
The red-hooded, wandering slave knight Gale sought the blood of the dark soul as pigment for the painted world. But Gale knew that he was no champion, that the dark soul would likely ruin him, and that he had little hope of a safe return. So why do you think he led you here? To kill him, perhaps? The revelation here is that a soul can exist in the blood, which is something that shouldn't be too surprising. After all, Ariandel flayed himself to satiate a flame within a lord vessel with his blood. Those that feast upon human flesh, so rats in Dark Souls 1 for example, they've always dropped humanity, which is a fragment of the soul. And a hollow without blood struggles to be reanimated. We learnt this in the cathedral. And the Abyss Watchers also shared the soul of the Wolf-Blood Master between them. And in much the same way, the blood of the Dark Soul courses through the Pygmy's veins. Yet they've existed for so damn long that their blood has long since dried. The painter needs this blood to paint her world, but how do you paint with dried blood? Well, one way is to consume it, to digest it, and make the blood your own.
Makes more sense why he says this.
Is this the blood? The blood of the dark soul.
Makes sense why he has this new resolve in phase 2. It's like, yes, we must continue. Finish it to the end. Or this is the Dark Soul taking him over, I don't know. Multiple of you have talked about how when he like explodes out with all the skulls and everything and all this stuff coming off him, it's all the souls seeping out of him and escaping or something.
Inflicted by the same frenzy that took Manus, the same insanity that took Artorias, on some level, Gale is still holding true to his purpose. Even now, he wonders aloud whether he's succeeded in digesting the Dark Soul. And when he sees us, he doesn't see an old companion, he only sees more blood. Broken greatsword in hand, Gale represents more than just a part of the first DLC. Instead, he exists as a true counterpart to the soul of Cinder. He is the desire of humanity, fighting for a place in the world. He is the frenzy of the Dark Soul. He is a Hollow's loss of self, and he is the souls of countless others that he's consumed in his journey.
All the lightning as he goes down.
Gale died as he lived, as a slave knight, intended for sacrifice. And in the end, whether he guided us here to kill him or not, Gale's final accomplishment was consuming the Dark Soul, digesting it and bleeding it out, making the Dark Soul as whole as it's ever been since the very dawn of time.
Yeah.
My thanks, Ashen One. With this will I paint a world. Please tell me thy name. I would name this painting after thee.
Painted World of Scrotum.
I see. We are much alike. Then I will name this painting Ash.
Aww.
It will be a cold, dark, and very gentle place. And one day, it will make someone a goodly home.
Called it Ash if you don't give him your name.
I wonder when Uncle Gale intends his return. I hope the new painting will be to him a gentle home.
And so, the little universe is painted within a dying world. A cold, dark, and gentle place, like the paintings before it, except this new world has the ineffable Dark Soul painted into its very fabric. And even when the outside world expires, whether the fire fades, whether it's usurped by a Lord of Hollows or an accursed undead, somewhere within the painted world of Ariamis, hidden within the painted world of Ariandel, tucked away in a small attic, surrounded by a burning world, is a new sanctuary named Ash. Maybe one day we'll see what this cold, dark, gentle world is like. Miyazaki hasn't completely ruled out Dark Souls 4, so I do feel like it'll be made one day. But for now, and for the foreseeable future, really, as you should have expected from Dark Souls, the ending you envision in this new world is all your own, built upon the excellence of your imagination. I know you still have questions, so do I. Soon, we'll talk about the layers of time in the Ringed City, the difference between Dark Sigils and the Dark Sign, the statues of the primordial serpents, and the stories of the locusts. This may be the end for now.
But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness.
I'll see you then.
No, they're done. That was a nice little monologue ending right there. I feel like the way he explained that ending is even more of a better closure than I could ever have hoped for. Yeah, we took the flame for ourselves, and then took pretty much the Dark Soul and made it into a painting. So there's no more fire cycles. The world can go back to gray crags and everlasting dragons, and never to be cycled again of the flame and of light and dark and death. It is all forever eternal, and forever eternal in it is a cold, dark, gentle universe tucked away in an attic somewhere, peaceful as a home for those who inhabit it forever. It sounds like a nice way to end it. And I mean, he did say it there himself. The ending is what we imagine it to be, and I'd like to say that is the ending there, that you know, it's not another cycle after myself playing, as all the other games entailed until here, that this was the true ending. That it's done forever and ever. This is the ending for me. And it's somewhat comforting to think that, you know, some weirdly ironic, that's how I got my ending. Like, I didn't become Lord of Hollows. I did the grand betrayal, but then betrayed the betrayal and killed her, and took the flame so that it could no longer be linked. Took the Dark Soul. I don't know if I still have Dark Soul in me or not, but I like to think that the Dark Soul itself, what made up that, is now a manifest a painting. I think that's a nice fitting ending. You know, all the suffering, all the cycles, it's come to an end, and those that can make it into that painting now have a peaceful sanctuary where they can rest. But sorry, Vaati, there's no Dark Souls 4. I do believe he said he's done with it. I don't think he's gonna go back on his word. I know we all have the FMC code leak thing, and we're like, oh, is that Dark Souls 4? I don't think so. I don't think he will do that. He doesn't need the money grab of regenerating a title for the sake of, you know, getting money. Anything that guy does is going to sell. It will sell. I think he just needs to think of a new idea and execute. He's done well, and he will continue doing well to make something new and craft new stories and create new experiences. You know, I do hate it when, you know, sequels and reboots keep happening. You know, you have your trilogy like this, and you end it, and that's done, and you let it be. You let it be for the ages. You know, people can replay it and contribute to the cycles and have their own endings. And we don't need to sully the name of Dark Souls by having a cash grab 4th game. I think that's what it should be. It should stay that way. And we don't have a Dark Souls 4. I just don't think it's the right move. I don't think it should go that way. I know people are like, oh, it'd be so cool to have one. I don't think so. I think it should remain its own thing, stand the test of time, because it has till now. It is like everyone that is a fan of these games goes back to play Dark Souls 1 every now and then. The proof is in the pudding with my channel. I was a nothing channel. I had just over 100 subscribers, I had no pull on YouTube at all, and I posted my first episode of Dark Souls 1, and my channel, for lack of a better word, exploded to like 500 something subs within the first few hours of posting the video. And then it like stagnated, whatever. But that just goes to show that these games do stand the test of time. They don't need a 4th one. They don't need to be brought on any more than they have. I still think they should release a Bible so we can get like the final story officially set in stone and whatnot for those who want to seek it out. And then all of us, you know, we have our own endings in our minds, like we just talked about. But yes, this was a good way to end my time with Dark Souls. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for joining me on this journey, for the people that were there at the beginning, before I even played it, from the people that joined me on Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, or even on this video. Thank you so much. Our story's not over yet. We have Elden Ring next, and we continue our From Software journey. If I don't see you in the Subnautica series coming out now, I'll see you in Elden Ring, and I can't wait to see what all of you have to say about my experience in that game, because it surely is going to be an experience. I think everyone is just as, if not more excited than I am, which is saying something, to play that game. So until then, have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, good night. Bye-bye.